What's up, guys? Captain here. Today I am reviewing the Spyderco Tenacious. This thing is a pretty cool knife. It is my first Spyderco. I've never really had any desire to get one before. Some of the other designs just didn't really fit my style. But when I saw the handle on this thing, I kind of fell in love with it just from the photos, and I had to order one. And it's $60. Yeah, you can't really beat that price. I said, why the hell not? A little bit about this knife. The blade on this is stainless steel. It's 8CR13 MOV. It's a full flat ground blade. The Spyderco hole there instead of a thumb stud. The handle scales on this are textured G10, and then you've got stainless liners on there. The washers on this thing are also bronze, which is fantastic. And it's actually got 4 washers. It's got a smaller one and a bigger one that kind of fit the blade in pretty nicely. My my overall opinion of this is pretty high. I mean, I carry this thing a lot now. It really takes a lot of abuse. I was afraid that I was gonna beat the crap out of this blade. It just looked super delicate to me, and after playing with it for a while, it really can withstand a lot more than it looks like it can. And I've kind of put this thing through the ringer. It's gone flying across the room. I used to hack pieces of wood. I mean, this thing's really kind of taken the cake on all of it. It's really held up really well. No chips or anything. The tip is still the original tip. I never ground that down because it chipped off or anything. The liner lock on this holds fantastic, and it's kind of fits in perfect. It's got this nice meaty grip on it. One of the nice things about the Spyderco that some other brands don't do with liner locks, they actually have milled out a section on this side, so when you push over, you're making room for the dentin bowl, which is awesome. So the knife really sits down nice. With that said, the blade doesn't really sit perfectly centered, which kind of drives me nuts. It's a little bit off to the side, and but that's really my only beef with it. Everything else with this knife is awesome. It's got a nice weight, but it's not overly heavy. The pocket clip is really nice. It's got a nice contour. It's not overly aggressive with your pocket. It's not going to tear dress pants or anything like that. It's got a nice smooth action on it when you open it. The closing is nice and smooth. Really the only other issue, aside from the fact that the blade doesn't sit centered, is this. I don't know if it's just one of the washers is torn up a little bit, but there's a little bit of a squeaking sound when I open and close it, and it's almost like a squeaking door. And even when you oil it or anything like that, it just kind of stays persistent there, which drives me a little bit crazy. So at some point I'm going to end up taking this thing apart and seeing what the issue is and fix it. But other than that, this knife is awesome. I mean, what you get for the price, it's just awesome value. I mean, this thing it's obviously not any showpiece. You're not going to pull this thing out to show your friends, look how nice this knife is. But for an everyday beater, everyday carry, this thing is spectacular. This handle is just awesome. It's got this nice, thick, full feel in your hand, whether you're wearing gloves or whether you're not wearing anything. It's just barehanded. You just got a nice grip on this thing. The texture works great. No issues with it being wet. It holds its grip no matter what, really. Just an awesome knife. So if you're looking to just kind of start getting into Spydercos, and you're not really a fan of the $200+ models, or you're just not sure about the blade profile, which was my biggest issue, it just looked like it was too delicate for me, I would say get this thing and just start beating on it. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with it. So with that said, I've got a link to this on Amazon in the description, so check down below, and you could buy it right off Amazon. They're like $60 or so, maybe a little bit less than that. Definitely worth the money. Awesome knife if you're just getting the Spydercos.